everyone. So it's the first week of maple syruping, and it is just before Valentine's Day. Must be the 12th. So this year I'm doing more plastic buckets in the yard. We had galvanized buckets on all the trees in the yard, but the wind here is so strong. There's a field across the street from us that's open with no tree lines. So a lot of times the buckets would blow off during the night and I would miss several hours of sap collection from the buckets being blown into the yard. So these will still blow. The tubing helps keep them in place some, but I found a split of firewood helps with that too. If you have field rocks available, it's smaller and they don't balance. They'll keep them from rocking. This one's rocking a little bit. But this is the way I'm doing it here in the yard this year. This is a Sapmeister tree spile. And then I've got the 5/16" tubing from Leader that we're using. So like you can see here, the tap holes from previous years. And here's my other bucket over on the other side. This tree sometimes I've done 4. I decided to do 3 on it this year and see how it does on 3. A really neat tool that I got this year was a fractometer, and I was able to get it off of eBay for about $6 with shipping. And of course that was used, but I didn't care. It goes from 0 to 32 bricks. And I could test the sap content of each individual tree. So I thought of it about halfway through collecting my sap today. I tapped on Tuesday, and today's Sunday. We had 2.5 days of sap flow. So this is what I'm using this year for my sap collection. I have a smaller trailer that he's working on, but we still have to redeck it. And for taking the buckets out and the children, until we're all set, I wanted to use the larger trailer. So I picked up a tote and I made a video about that. A neat thing that I decided to do, I have the sap sock and it has a wire ring on the top. This tote has a 6-inch opening at the top, and this sap filter fits right on there. I don't have to clip it in place because the ring is bigger than my actual opening. So you could snap it down if you needed to, but I was having a hard time pouring into this without sloshing all over, and I didn't want to lose that sap. So I have this milk strainer, and it's got a screen on the bottom. Actually the screen's on the top, and it's got a paper filter in it, and you can remove that. That's how you do your milk filtering. But see, I just got a very little bit of debris from the buckets. And then he hooked me up with a PVC pipe. We wanted to keep it food grade, and the valve here isn't a real good quality valve, and if the kids turn it on to drain a bucket, they might not be able to get it back off. Plus, I didn't want to have it at the end of the trailer, because you can see here my trailer slopes down and I want to strap it on, but I didn't want to lose it on a steep angle of the hill in the field in the woods. So to drain it, we got the 2-inch ball valve here, and he only glued what was necessary, and then our adapters are threaded on so that I could remove this every time I go out to the field and only have it on it when I'm actually boiling sap. Hi, Butters. So you can do this with just the female adapter with a 2-inch down to 3/4 inch reducer, and then have a 3/4 inch hose spigot or boiler spigot on it. And I got all that, and it was about $10. The pipe was about $5, and then with his extra fittings, you know, that was about $5 more. This ball valve at Menards was only $10, and it was $20 at Home Depot. So I suggest going to Menards for that stuff. Plus they had more fittings in the PVC than Home Depot did. Home Depot didn't have the 2-inch down to 3/4 inch fitting that I was looking for. So I'll show you that. I've got that set up in the house too. If you wanted to be able to do it that way, the hose fitting it goes from the 3/4 down to the 5/8 inch for a hose. You can use an RV hose for potable water, and that keeps everything food grade. So that was a way to go also. But last year I used a stock tank, a galvanized stock tank, and that's not highly recommended because it's not really food grade. It's fine for the animals, but the seams can be zinc or lead. On a new one it's zinc. I got a cat climbing me. So the hose being down to 5/8 really made it slow to fill my buckets when it came time to boil. Oh, Butters is really being obnoxious. So with this, I've got the 2-inch valve going. So when you've got a fire burning, you don't want to be messing around with your buckets getting filled in the meantime. So this is my maple syrup for 2017, everybody. Happy New Year if I didn't tell you before. This is my John Deere 40. And this is how we're going to be going out to the woods this year. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.